Welcome back to a brand new video, guys. My name is Timmy the Toy Time King, and I just wanted to make a quick video on the PU viability ranking changes that Megazard uploaded onto the thread on Thursday. So that was just 2 days ago. So I'm just gonna go over what the PU Council decided to move up and down in the viability rankings. Just my thoughts and opinions on them, just like another type of discussion video. Just telling you if I agree or disagree with what they did. Most of the time, you're just gonna hear agree, but there's going to be some odd times where I say disagree. So yeah, let's just get into it. So obviously he's just talking about how tier shifts finally happened and Crawfish and Silver Valley Steel have left us now, so they're off the viability rankings. But anyways, he has the changes under here, so I'm gonna click reveal and we'll see the changes. So basically, we're just gonna go over every single Pokemon. Here is not that long, so I don't mind going over it. So, anyways, Swanna moved up from A minus to A. I agree with that. Swanna is probably one of the best defoggers and hazard removers in the tier, and actually does decent damage. So it's fast, has a really good speed tier 98, and then doing hazards and that is just very good. Golurk has dropped from A minus to B plus. Now Golurk used to be probably my favorite stealth rocker, but I understand why he's moved down to B plus. Just too slow and is not as easily usable as it used to be. Like since it's so slow, it can easily just get killed by any super effective move. Yeah, Berry helps out against his dark weakness, like say Skuntank. Like Sucker Punch ain't gonna kill, and then you one shot it back with Earthquake. But any other one of its weaknesses, like because Ghost Ground has like water weakness, Ghost weakness, and basically just grounds other weaknesses, and then it just gets one shot as well. So yeah, I understand why it's moved on to B plus, but still a solid one nonetheless. Bomber Snow A minus to B plus. I'm not too sure about Bomb Snow because I don't actually use it too often because I just don't really like Hail at all. So I don't really use it, but like I would feel like it wouldn't have dropped if we've taken into account that uh the new drops have come out because the Loading Sand Slash is a hail sweeper and a Bomb Snow sets up the hail. So I thought it wouldn't be dropping, but Aurorus might take over as like the main like hail setter. But anyways, Goldgeist XL Super, whatever you want to call it, has dropped to B. Just cause it gets outclassed by Palossand at this point as a defensive ghost type. Like Palossand gets up the rocks and actually does damage back, but Goldgeist slightly more passive, even though you can run a Z trick or treat set, but you don't run that set on the Super Goldgeist. You'll run it on like average or small. Yeah, so I understand why it's dropped. Cradily B minus to C plus. It really hurts me to see Cradily dropping into C because I used to like using it like at the beginning of like PU when I started playing. Like it was just a very solid special defense tank, but like with fighting types in the tier, Cradily can't really handle them too often. So yeah, I understand why it's dropped. Torterra B minus to C plus. Completely agree with that. I don't know why people were hyping up Torterra. Like sure, it can sell rock polish, but it's not that fast. Its attack is decent in PU. 109 is decent, and it actually has access to a really strong stab combination, but is 4 times weak to ice, is neutral to water, and like that 4 times weakness to ice isn't helping it out. And even if you want to run a defensive Torterra, there's just better mons that can run defensive sets. And yeah, I understand why it's dropped to C. Jump off C plus to C. Now, I thought Jump off would even be on the viability rankings because it's just a pathetic Pokemon in general, but with access to like defog and 110 base speed tier, it actually does find a decent niche in PU. But again, don't know much about it, don't use it, don't see it. So if it drop into C, is to be expected. Altaria B minus to B plus, like that is the best one because like Altaria is like one of the best defoggers as well. Really good typing and really good defenses. Even though you're 4 times weak to ice, you don't have that much ice type Pokemon in PU, but ice type coverage is somewhat common. So that's one thing that will let Altaria down, but it's still solid pick to choose. Anyways, Electros A minus to A, Rose up. It's Assault Vest set is just amazing. Like it tanks the special moves. It's a very good pivot and gains momentum for like Volt turn calls and all of that. And actually does decent damage back. Very good coverage in like Flamethrower and Giga Drain and knockoff. So, you're not gonna die to special moves, but even if you like barely like get killed. Like you can knock off the opponent's item and it just gets better from there. So understand why Clefairy B plus to A minus. Like I haven't used Clefairy that often as well, but here is very good, very tanky, very good Spadaf tank, and yeah, good fairy type that we actually need in the tier. And I think it's gotten better since Silvally Steel has left, and we don't have a lot of poison, offensive poison type Pokemon in the tier, so it's gotten better. Lonan Raichu A to A minus, like completely agree with that. To be honest, like sure it has 110 base speed, but your speed time with Archeops, which is an S rank mon who can one shot you with Earthquake, you don't want to be risking the speed tie. His nasty plot set is good, but with the amount of Pokemon that can run Scarf like Jinx and Primate, which I don't think Primate one shots with U-turn, but you're doing solid damage and a lot of priority in the tier. Like, I understand why it's kind of dropped, but it's nowhere near being B rank in the viability rankings because that set is still a monstrous set to use. Articuno B minus to B plus. Honestly, I don't see why Articuno moved up. Like, a lot of people like using Articuno, don't know why. Sure, it got defog now, but I just don't like its typing. 4 times weak to rock. It always makes me feel like I should run hazard removal when I don't always want to feel forced to run hazard removal. So, yeah, I don't agree with that. Palo Sand obviously moved up from A minus to A. Was not even a question. Like that was just gonna happen straight away. Since Palo Sand got Stealth Rocks, it's just gotten even better. And like and it spin blocks, so you can't rapid spin against it, and it just stops a lot of the fighting types in the tier, like Hitmonchan and Gerda, because their stab cannot hit ghost Pokemon at all. So that is a well deserved place for Palo Sand. Weezing A to A minus. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Yeah, so Weezing is a very good tank, very good fighting check, but like I feel like the reasoning behind it might have dropped to A minus because of Mesprit, because Mesprit's running Psyshock, Fest and Mesprit. Weezing's gonna no, not even Psyshock, Psychic actually. You're gonna go down. No, I'm not gonna lie, you're going to go down. Still a good toxic spike setter and just a overall good defensive mon, but and only has one weakness, hence the levitate, but yeah, I honestly don't see like why this thing dropped. But anyways, that's PU Council's decision. Anyways, uh, I'm gonna skip like the majority of like C mons because like I'll just move on to the ones that became unranked after I speak about Lilligant, just so the video doesn't get like too boring. Because half of the mons that dropped in like the C rank, no one really uses, or I don't really use, and I don't care about them. So, anyways, lastly speaking about Lilligant, A minus to A. Like I feel like as PU meta has gone on in Gen 7, Lilligant has gotten like I don't know how to describe it, but like when I used Lilligant at the beginning, I was like, oh, this thing is like pretty strong and like nothing's really stopping it. But like as I've went on to like let's say today, like Lilligant is slightly easier to beat now. Like I don't know how, I can't really explain it. You kind of just have to play with it and just see how it is. But since I've like used Lilligant as an alternative to like a setup sweeper compared to Jinx, like Lilligant is like less better than Jinx. I would say he's still strong, but it's just I just can't explain it. Like, sorry if I'm like being a bit vague or whatever, but it just feels harder to use. Like, I wouldn't use the word harder, but it seems easier to beat. When I have Lilligant on my team, it just seems easier to beat. Not going to lie. But anyways, we're moving on to the ones that became unranked, just cause these are the interesting ones, in my opinion. C plus to unranked for Lapras. Like, I don't honestly see what Lapras does, to be honest. Like, how was it even on the viability rankings? Sure has a good water ice typing to just be like resist like water attacks and even those people that were making niche Dragon Dance Lapras sets, but I don't even feel like that's the reason why Lapras was even on the viability rankings in the first place because of that set, because that is just a very unorthodox and niche set to be honest. So yeah, Lapras is unranked. Beartic, D to unranked. See, sad to see this thing go, but favorite ice type of all time. But Beartic's stats don't help it out, especially that speed. 130 attack into Gen 7, amazing buff. But his speed is just so trash. Like you'll try and add this thing onto a rain team. 55 base speed doesn't help no one. No, I don't even think it's 55. I think it's 50. 50 speed doesn't help no one. I'm sorry, but like it gets outclassed if you want to run a rain team, and it gets I wouldn't even say outclassed in hail because we don't have much hail sweepers, but it gets outclassed by Load and Sand Slash, better typing and better move pool to utilize. Like Beartic, if Beartic was a water and ice type, sure, that would work out because it has a lot of water moves that it could have used in win, but being a pure ice type doesn't help it out. Being weak to rocks, getting out sped, even at +2 by Scarf Primeape and other fighting type mons, weak to priority from Hitmonchan. I'm sorry, Beartic, but you deserve to be unranked. Should I not take D to unranked? I don't know what people saw in this Pokemon. Not going to lie. I don't see it. Like, it gets beat by Skuntank 1v1 quite easily. So I don't know why people wanted to use it. Like, stats. Like, when Shinotica was coming out on Gen 7 Sun and Moon, I think back to 2016, everyone was like, this guy's going to be the next Amoonguss. We see the stats and everyone's expectations go from 100 to 0 real quick. That is not a good Pokemon. I'm sorry. Camera up to D to unranked. Obviously, Camerupt, a slow, very, very slow mon with average attacking stats and a crippling weakness to water. With floats on the tier and other just water coverage in general, even Coilfish before it left. What can Camerupt do? And like his only niche set is running Trick Room, and even then it gets outclassed by other hard special attackers like Drampa and Alolan Executor at that point. So yeah, Camerupt, don't use Camerupt on your teams unless you just wanna drop an Elo. Simi Sage, D to unranked. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Simi Sage. I actually thought Simi Sage was decent. I didn't want to nominate it to C rank on the viability rankings, but like I thought it was a pretty decent mon with a pretty good speed tier and it was a very good mix attacker. Like I thought it was on par with like Shift Tree and it was probably better than Cacturn. The fact that Cacturn is still ranked and Simisage is unranked doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna say anything. It's just my thoughts and opinions on that. Because like if we look at Simisage and Shift Tree is slower, yes. Shift Tree does more damage on the I think it's on the special, no, on the physical side. But Shiftry gets default, so that's its main niche. But anyways, Simisage versus Cacturn. Cacturn is a slow Pokemon. Its attacking stats are 115, sure. It's hitting very hard. Just very slow, a lot of weaknesses. Like if Simisage becomes unranked, Cacturn should as well, but people have the niche set with Cacturn with spikes. So that's the only reason why it's actually staying on the viability rankings, albeit being like the lowest tier. And finally, we're speaking about Rampardos. Rampardos is just a very terrible Pokemon. Despite having the highest attack of all non-legendary Pokemon, having a shitty speed tier and not the best typing in the world doesn't help it out. At Choice Scarf, you're still getting outsped by Scarf Primeape, and then you get one shot. A lot of the fighting types in the tier just straight up destroy this thing, and it just doesn't do anything. And yeah, that's all I have to say about these changes. To be honest, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like at the end, if it seemed like I was now, I wouldn't even say I was whining. I was just ranting at that point because some of the ones that went on ranked are just terrible. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like down below if you're willing to see more discussion type videos. Check out my Twitter. Link will be down below in the description so you can see like what type of videos or what's coming up later. And also, I'll leave the P Viability rankings thread a link in the description as well, so you can check out the Viability rankings as well. But anyways, yet again, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.